If you are found guilty, one common punishment is paying fines. These are money penalties set by the court. Fines can range from small amounts for minor offenses to thousands of dollars for serious crimes. For example, summary offenses might have fines up to $300, while felonies can have fines up to $25,000. Paying fines does not erase the charge from your record, and it can affect your future, like job opportunities. Always know the cost and consequences before pleading guilty. Jail time. One of the most serious punishments for being found guilty is jail time. Depending on the crime's severity, jail time can range from a few days for minor offenses to many years for serious felonies. The book explains that in Pennsylvania, the maximum jail time varies by the level of the charge. For example, a first-degree felony can carry up to 20 years in prison. Jail time means losing your freedom and being confined in a jail or prison. It can also affect your life outside, including your job, family, and reputation. The court decides the length of jail time based on factors like the crime committed, your past record, and the circumstances of your case. Sometimes, jail sentences can be combined with probation or other penalties. For first-time or less serious offenders, judges might offer alternatives to reduce jail time, like diversion programs. However, it's important to know that any jail sentence is serious and can have long, lasting effects on your life. Always speak with a criminal defense attorney to understand your chances of avoiding jail or reducing your sentence. Probation. Probation is a common alternative to jail time and is often given to offenders who commit less serious crimes or who are first-time offenders. Instead of going to jail, the court allows you to remain in the community under certain rules and supervision. If you follow the rules, you avoid jail time, but if you violate probation, you may be sent to jail. According to the book, probation usually involves regular check-ins with a probation officer. You might have to report your activities, attend counseling or treatment programs, avoid certain people or places, and stay drug and alcohol-free. The court may also impose conditions like community service or attending anger management classes as part of probation. Probation helps the court ensure that you are being monitored and trying to improve your behavior. It gives you a chance to demonstrate responsibility and avoid harsher punishments. However, probation is not a free pass. It requires strict compliance with the court's terms. If you fail to follow the probation rules, such as missing meetings or committing another crime, the court can revoke probation and impose jail time or other penalties. That's why probationers must take it seriously and work closely with their attorney and probation officer. The book also explains that probation can have long-term effects, including a record that might affect future employment or housing opportunities. Despite these challenges, probation is often a better option than jail, giving you a chance to rebuild your life while staying out of prison. Before accepting probation, it's important to understand all the conditions and consequences. A good defense attorney can negotiate probation terms that are fair and achievable, helping you avoid future trouble and move forward positively. Community service. Community service is another possible punishment courts may impose when someone is found guilty. Instead of, or sometimes along with, jail time or fines, the court might require you to perform a set number of hours helping the community. This could include cleaning parks, helping at shelters, or other public service activities. The book explains that community service is often used for less serious crimes or as part of probation conditions. It shows the court that you are taking responsibility for your actions and making an effort to give back to society. Judges generally view community service positively because it benefits both the community and the offender. Completing community service can sometimes help reduce other penalties or even avoid jail time. However, failure to complete your assigned hours can result in more serious consequences, including jail. It's important to follow all rules related to your community service and keep records of your completed hours. Community service also sends a message that you are willing to change and make amends, which can be helpful if you need to explain your case to employers or others in the future. Your attorney can help negotiate the terms of community service to ensure they are reasonable and fair based on your situation. License suspension. When found guilty of certain crimes, especially related to driving offenses like DUI or reckless driving, one of the punishments you may face is license suspension. This means the court temporarily takes away your right to drive for a specific period. The book explains that even minor offenses, like a traffic citation, can lead to serious consequences such as losing your driving privileges. For example, pleading guilty to reckless driving without proper legal advice resulted in a client losing their license for 6 months. This shows how important it is to understand the full impact of your guilty plea. License suspension can affect your daily life significantly, from getting to work, running errands, or taking care of your family. Sometimes, you may be able to request limited driving privileges for work or medical reasons, but this depends on the court and your case. The suspension period varies based on the offense and your history. Multiple offenses or more serious crimes usually mean longer suspensions or even permanent loss of license. Always consult a qualified attorney before pleading guilty or accepting any punishment involving your driver's license. A good lawyer can help you understand your rights, possibly negotiate reduced penalties, or explore alternatives to license suspension. Sex offender registry. For certain serious crimes, especially sex-related offenses, one possible punishment is being placed on the sex offender registry. This is a public record that lists individuals convicted of sex crimes, and it can have severe and long-lasting consequences. The book explains that once registered, a person must follow strict rules, like notifying authorities about their address, employment, and sometimes restrictions on where they can live or work. The registration period can last for many years or even for life, depending on the crime and the court's decision. Being on the sex offender registry affects almost every part of life. It can limit where you live, prevent you from certain jobs, and impact relationships with family and friends. In some cases, the registry is public, meaning anyone can find out about your conviction, which can bring stigma and social isolation. Because of these harsh consequences, it is critical to have a skilled attorney who can fight to reduce charges or seek alternatives before a conviction. Pleading guilty without understanding these effects can drastically change your future. If you or someone you know is facing sex crime charges, don't delay in getting legal advice. Understanding the full scope of the sex offender registry is essential for making informed decisions in your defense. Long-term effects. Being found guilty of a crime can have long-lasting consequences beyond immediate punishments like fines or jail time. The book stresses that a criminal conviction stays on your record and can impact many areas of your life for years to come. One major effect is difficulty finding a job. Many employers run background checks and may reject candidates with criminal records even for minor offenses. It can also affect housing options, professional licenses, and eligibility for government programs. The book shares an example where someone pleaded guilty to a minor traffic offense, thinking it was no big deal, but later faced license suspension and points on their record. This shows how a simple conviction can have unexpected and serious consequences. Additionally, some convictions may limit your rights, like the ability to vote or own firearms. You might also face social stigma or strained relationships with family and friends. Because of these lasting effects, it's crucial to consult an experienced attorney before making decisions about your case. Understanding the long-term impact can help you choose the best defense strategy and protect your future as much as possible.